Hi, Himeutsugi here with a quick little peek at a super cool project that released today that I've been really excited about. This is Fomoria by Tania Herrero and Johan Nohr. Hopefully, I've pronounced all of those correctly. This is a TTRPG that is based off of MÖRK BORG rules. In fact, I think Johan Nohr was one of the co-creators of MÖRK BORG in the first place. And this game is going to be entering crowdfunding. I don't think they set a date yet, but it's supposed to be soon, it says. And I'll have a link to the Kickstarter landing page down below. But I just wanted to go through it because the quick start is out, and I think that's a great way to get a taste of what this game is going to be about. Now, you might know Tania Herrero from several things, but if you follow me, then you might be familiar with the Menagerie of Unbearable Things, which is it's sort of a bestiary, but it's really more of an inspiration book. And I did use a creature. I don't know if I should call it a creature, but I used a story from the Menagerie of Unbearable Things in my Candela Obscura one shot that I did in October, and so I absolutely love Tanya's artwork and the ideas that they come up with. And so just at this point, I think I'm pretty much down to back anything that they do, but I really wanted to learn a little bit more about Fomoria and share that with you all. So we'll be flipping through the quick start, which has 26 pages, and they've also put up for free 2 supplementary PDFs. There seems to be an adventure as well as some pre-gen characters, and so I'll lightly look at those as well. Okay, so let's dive in. I think the cover already really captures what's going on here. And I don't know that this is going to be the cover of the actual book, but at the very least it's the cover of the quick start, right? And so then there's a link here, fomoria.com, that will take you straight to the landing page, but I will link that, as I said. But just, oh my gosh, just the art is so beautiful. Okay, so what is this? This quick start features an early version of the game and offers a peek at the Fomoria TTRPG. Many of the rules and content will change in the final version of the game. Hopefully we all know how this goes. So the credits are here. So Tania Herrero, as I said, Johan Nohr and Jordan Boschman. Hopefully I said those correctly as well. Again, though it uses MÖRK BORG's rule set, it is not affiliated with it officially. Oh my gosh, look at that snake looking thing. It has arms, but oh, that's so cool. Just love Tanya's creature design so much. That's so cool. Right, chapter 1, A World Beneath the Earth. Even the typography is so cool. Do you remember how we came to this place? We only have the songs and the stories, memories of gold. Beautiful. Right, so an overview. In the Earth's dark womb, there is no sun, and darkness swallows all light. Gazing at the roof above, folk only find the distant glow of false stars. Fomoria stretches endlessly, a labyrinth of shifting tunnels and yawning caverns. Maps are lies, memories betray, familiar paths twist. The promise of discovery leads to doom. Each strata is a world within the world, vast and distinct, each with its own rules, horrors, and wonders. It breathes and shifts. It dreams in Stygian shades, a colossal sleeper stirring and reshaping its own flesh. Even the darkness watches. The surface is but myth and legend. There are infinite strata. None are safe. Oh, so cool. I wonder if all the creatures are like animal, like anthropomorphic, The folk are twisted remnants of what once was, draped in claw and strangeness. They crawled into the earth's guts too long ago to recall the sky, after the surface began to bleed rot and the red plague devoured the world above. It drips still, red, warm, hungry. Fomoria never belongs to the folk. They are trespassers. The eldritch slip between layers of reality. They appear when they will, when called, when bound. Boons they grant at a price. They are strata made flesh, raw emotion, the essence of beasts, unyielding stone. Burn the tree and they become the sorrow of ashes, the wrath of scorched bark, always reborn. Force them out of their purpose and they will become woes, tainted, corrupted, deformed, maddened. They hold grudges and never forget. Oh, I really love the flavor of this so much. Look at them! It's so cool. Okay, so then we're talking about like the clans, the cabals. I might not read everything out loud. We might be here for a while. But I just love the aesthetic, as usual, gosh. I think I saw a picture of this bat creature that Tania posted at some point. Maybe it looks familiar. But I think this is really giving a sense of the world building and the tone. I'm so jazzed for this. Behind the veil. Look at that. Look at them go. What is Fomoria? Fomoria is a world that doesn't want you. You carve your name into the stone, knowing the next tremor will reduce it to dust. You stand against horrors that should not be faced, knowing they will change you, unmake you, and yet you refuse to kneel to oblivion. You dare the darkness to swallow you whole, and when it does, the world will not remember you. This is a game of epic horror. Love that. So it looks like it uses clocks, which makes sense. And I like that they break it down into these different units of turn, a round, a stretch, a shift. It's nice. I'm a fan of clocks. I do get overwhelmed if there's too many, but if this is general for like actions and exploration, it hopefully isn't too bad. Fomoria is not dark, it is darkness, living, watching, waiting. There's an optional threads of fate rule. Oh, we can pray to the darkness. Oh, that reminds me of Choir of Flesh. I feel like you could do that, but bad things are going to happen to you, right? The darkness always listens, it feeds on suffering. The more misery it can spread, the more powerful it grows. That's great. Love that. Then light. Okay, so sort of resource management here with light versus darkness. Oh, I mean, you can't do anything about the darkness, but light will help, right? The base rules. Okay, so the ability scores. So our stats are agility, presence, strength, toughness, and occult. That's interesting. I really love looking at abilities and stats to get a sense of what the game focuses on, what is important in the gameplay. And so agility makes sense, presence also makes sense, strength. Toughness is really interesting because it says endure toxins in extreme weather, survive falls. So to me it's kind of like constitution. I feel like strength and toughness could have been put together, but I guess you could be able to lift things and not necessarily be able to resist disease, right? Then you have HP for hit points. SP is stability points, so that's sort of like your psychic damage and whatnot. So like some creatures and events will target your mind instead of your body, and so if your SP reaches 0, you have to roll on a dismal breakdowns table. That sounds wonderful. That sounds so pleasant. And then you can lose some of your occult score, and if your occult falls below -6, your character becomes hollowed. You are lost forever to the darkness. Oh, fate worse than death, it seems. So here we talk about difficulty ratings. So when you're doing your check, so kind of it's a d20 system, roll a d20 plus your ability score. You have to meets it, beats it. And the standard is a 12. Interesting. Makes it a little bit tougher than a 10, which I feel like it's usually 10 for the standard. But the fact that it's 12 here, I think that makes it just a touch more difficult. But if this is supposed to be a horror game, it's going to be higher stakes for sure, right? Carrying capacity, violence. I like that this section is just called violence. Initiative seems a lot more simple, which is nice, just a d6. Agility plus a d6, that's nice. Tests, so melee attacks, range attacks, defense, okay. Nat 20 is a crit. It tells you Nat 1 is a fumble, so pretty standard rules if you're used to like d20 systems. Oh, this is interesting because I've played games where, you roll for like a usage die on your armor and weapons at the end of battle, but this is just literally every time you get hit. That's interesting. That's very tough to keep track of. Not that it's difficult to keep track of, but like tough in the sense of, oh my gosh, that's just another thing that can kill your character, right? Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that. It's terrifying. I don't think this dude is having a good time. Look at this. The vibes are strong with this one. Love it. Weapon expertise. Okay. Expertise starts at 0. When you survive a combat encounter, roll a 6. On a 6, your expertise increases by 1. Ooh, that's a little scary because it's hard to roll a 6. Legends of Akaroth has something kind of like this, but it's a little bit more forgiving. But oh, you can only go up if you get a 6. I mean, this seems like there's just going to be a lot of combat encounters, so maybe it'll balance out more than I think, but gosh. Most enemies won't battle until the bitter end. Roll for morale. If the leader is killed, half their group is eliminated. An individual foe remains with only a third of its HP. I love this. That they might demoralize, retreat, or surrender. Might take that for some of my own games just in general. Like, that's really fun. And then this reaction for encountering creatures with unpredictable responses. I kind of love this because I can already see how this can be incorporated to play solo. Because it has this reaction table, it has these morale things. Like, even if this game isn't billed as a solo game, which I don't know if it is or not, because, you know, the Kickstarter page isn't up yet, but I can already, you know, make these connections and see ways that I could play it solo. Like, this is very helpful. Like, little things, you know. Boons are powers bestowed by the folk to the folk by the Eldritch, given by command or contract. I love that, command or contract. Word. You replenish after each shift spent resting. Okay, it's interesting. So sort of like your magical ability in a way. When you try to learn a new boon, you have to do an occult test. On a success, the knowledge sinks in. On a failure, the knowledge is too complex and rides away, and you can lose some SP trying to unravel it. Oh, interesting. That's cool. And then, of course, the resting. So camping, resting for a stretch or a shift. So it's a kind of short rest versus long rest. I love that it's 6 hours. Relatable. Detrimental conditions. Infection, dread, yeah, starvation. It makes sense. Look at this. Is it a duck or maybe a platypus? That's fun. Another snake. I love how many snakes are in here. It makes me happy. Failure and fate. Oh yeah, so here's the dismal breakdowns and the dire injuries. Gosh. Mauled torso. Decapitation. Oh, you are dead. Yeah, that's... This quick start only offers some of the possibilities. I wonder how big the table will be at the end, but god. Gutted. Your torso is torn open, spilling your entrails. You will die without aid. Test toughness every round. On a failure, you die with your insides in your own hands. Yeah, this is tough. This is pretty tough. And then the dismal breakdowns is like mental things, right? So mind's eclipse. The more you use boons, the more they clog your thoughts. After wielding a boon, test occult with a difficulty rating of 12. On a failure, you lose D4 SP -2 occult. Yikes. Teratophobia. There are terrible things in the dark. Their mere existence reveals how insignificant you truly are. Whenever you face something that is neither folk nor beast, you lose D4 SP and have DR +2 on all tests while in its presence. -1 occult. Dang. Yeah, that's sort of scary. I love these little page separators. I know it's like a random thing, but I love it. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it reminds me of this one story from the menagerie. Except it's got mushrooms instead of moss and plants, but yeah. Okay, here's that optional rule that they alluded to at the beginning, but it's the Threads of Fate. So those with classes can consult their threads die. You can replenish every day. You can use them to deal max damage. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like inspiration in a way, or like just things that can help. Hero points in some games, right? So things that you can use to make your life a little bit easier, but only a little bit per day. D2 threads, so you only get 1 or 2 per day, possibly. But that's neat. Just ways to, like, because this game seems very unforgiving, so I like that they have little ways that can make the game just a little bit easier. All right, and that's the end of the quick start info, but I think that's a really great piece of, like, of a preview that shows you again the vibes of what this game is going to be like. It looks so cool. I'm already super excited. Okay, again, let's touch on the other 2 PDFs as well really quick. So we have the introductory adventure. Is this again back the Kickstarter, which has not started yet but will soon. So this is the intro adventure called Spawn of the Hungering One. It is designed to test the base mechanics and give a glimpse of the full game and setting. There are 8 pre-made characters you can use to play the adventure. I might do that later, but just to look through it with everyone. First, actually, let's hop over to the pre-gen characters really quick. Jotna. Morvarg of the Mockin clan. That is such a cool design. Look at that. Part of the kin, yours wander like storms, restless and untamed. Walls are built by the weak to die slower. Eesh. That's so metal. I love that. We have Drell. Oh, I see. These are a lot of the characters that were kind of seen in the art pieces up until now. That's fun. Look at the Elkrin of the Whispering Seers clan. You dear folk move like whispers, deliberate and unseen. The world has patterns, cycles, and Fomoria's web trembles with every ripple and step. That's so poetic. I love it. Love it so much. That's neat. The nature of the Elkrin makes it easier for them to understand the Eldritch. Is it because they start with the same 2 letters? That's cool. And then we have a, it says Platincan, I think? But it's a pangolin. Oh, that's so cool. Could be a pangolin. That is so neat, because I think pangolins look so dopey and cute normally, but this one, ooh, they're gonna get you. Slow, perhaps, but no one mocks the pangolin folk twice. Your pragmatism is a hammer, complexity smashed with simple force. Once set, nothing sways you. Time is too precious for anything but the direct path. I love that. And then we have Ozma, the Korax of the Bramble Walkers clan, so it's a raven folk. You gotta have birds, of course. This is one cool looking bird. Raven folk like you are keepers of whispers, ever roaming, ever listening with an endless hunger for knowledge. No tale is too small, no rumor too trivial. You remember all. In your eyes, all knowledge is treasure. I love that. That's fun. Kalava, the Valiskar of the Children of the Sun clan. Oh, the snake. Yep, the methodical snake folk remain while others fade. Bonds are fleeting, but legacies persist. You will leave something behind to be remembered. For the Children of the Sun, the Eldritch are tools, not masters. That's really neat. It's a different perspective, right? That's cool. The platypus. I was right. It's a platypus. The platypus folk, the Mjorin of the Court of Mirages clan. The platypus folk live for passion's fleeting flame, quick to laugh, quicker to anger, loudest in revelry. They follow their whims. Their hands are never still. No chain holds a spirit that burns so bright. That's fun. The thick layer of fat of the Mjorin acts as an elemental protection. That's neat. I wonder if there's more character types, like kin, or if this is all of them. Oh my gosh, that musical instrument looks so cool. Morok, the Rom of the Mawkin clan. Okay, it's a goat person. The goat folk are as close to the earth as their hooves. The Eldritch can twist reality, steal minds, but the Rom, your kind remains unclouded. They call you stubborn, but your mind is a fortress. Super cool. Zot, the Chiros of the Court of Mirages clan. It is the bat. Everyone knows to never underestimate a Chiros, but the bat folk like you revel in proving it true. Smallest of the folk, wings carry you where others can't follow. Yet in a world where everyone is bigger and stronger, your kind remain bound by quiet loyalties, always watching out for their own. That's fun. Okay, yeah, and these are just pre-generated characters, so this is not necessarily saying that like every Kyros, I guess, is like this, but these are specific ones, right? Peekaboo! Now they see you, now they don't. You blink out of reality and reappear in a place you can see within medium range. That's fun. Oh my gosh, this sounds so cool. Okay, let's go back to the adventure. Like we could pick any of those, right? I'm just gonna flip through it because I do want to play it and I don't want to get too, too spoiled, but just to get a sense of like the vibes. Ooh. Okay, so there's some roles. I like that they have the icons for when there's a clock for something. Oh my gosh, look at all these different characters you could have. Map, very neat. It looks like intestines to me. Looks like the digestive tract. Here's the stomach and all the way down. Fun. Yeah, so the GM roles. But see, I think that, again, you could play this solo and just play it. Well, you're the GM too, You just balance it, read slowly so you don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but there's definitely ways to do it to make it happen. That is a cool looking character. Morgaska, the marrow dancer. That's so cool. Okay. Neat. Okay. Look at all that. Wow, scary. And then there's an ending, of course. More scary stuff. Yeah, again, I wanted to flip through that because I don't want to spoil myself. I don't want to spoil anyone else who wants to play it, but just get a sense of the vibes, right? But yeah, I'm already really looking forward to diving more into this. I would love to, if time allows, I really do want to make time to test out the quick start and the starter adventure and see how it actually plays. But it seems like a fairly standard D20 system, which of course makes sense. It's based on MÖRK BORG, right? So it's going to have those MÖRK BORG rules, but it doesn't seem too difficult to pick up, and it has a couple of cool things, little cool mechanics that set it apart a little bit. But the main thing, of course, is that the art, the vibes are immaculate. And so I'll put the link down below, but definitely join me in supporting this game when it goes out for crowdfunding. I know Tania has been working on this on their Patreon for some time, which I will also link below. I think there's one specifically for Fomoria, so I really hope this gets a lot of success. I'm excited to see all the little goodies. Hope there's some more exclusive dice because I loved the exclusive dice that I got from the Menagerie Kickstarter, so we'll see how it goes. All right, that's it from me. Hope I inspired you to look into this, and let's band together and make it happen. See you next time.